the envelope, and cards from people who you can't remember who they are. If I come downstairs to hear Mum saying, "Who are Beryl and Terence?" and Dad saying, "I haven't even a clue," then I know that Christmas has begun. Actually, we never know who Beryl and Terence are. I'm beginning to wonder if they even know us. Also, we don't know who J and P and W Farrell are, even though they always write in the card, "Really enjoyed bumping into you this summer," or "W is doing really well with his clarinet." Once the Christmas cards begin to arrive, we arrange them on the kitchen table, and Mum always says, "It's so lovely to think of all these people from all these far-off places taking the trouble to write and send us good cheer." And then, when more come through the letterbox, we line them up along the living room shelves, and then along the kitchen shelves, and Mum says, "Look at that, the spirit of Christmas." And then, when even more come, we crowd them on the window ledges, and always a few of them fall into the washing up, and Mum says, "These cards are a blimming nuisance." But really, there is nowhere else to put them, so it is unavoidable that some end up in the sink. We used to peg them up on a string across the kitchen, but then one year some of them decided to fall into the stir-fry, and they got set on fire. And it could have been much worse if Kurt hadn't thrown a dampened cloth over the wok. My Uncle Ted, who is in the fire brigade, told us our Christmas cards were a fire hazard waiting to happen. He was right, and we were lucky not to lose more than the Christmas elf tea towel. He said, "You just cannot have Christmas cards dangling over naked flames. What were you thinking?" Everyone looked sheepish, so now there is a strict law in our house about cards. When too many arrive through the letterbox, all the ugly ones get shuffled into the recycling. I say, "Mum, you do know you were throwing people's Christmas spirit in the actual dustbin?" And Mum whispers, "Whatever you do, don't tell anyone." The shops will try to make you believe Christmas is arriving in October, but Mum says you must ignore them. She says, "Could they just let me carve my pumpkin for goodness sake? We haven't even had Halloween yet." Some people even send their cards in November, which is too early since Christmas can't really begin until the 1st of December. December the 1st is when you can start opening the tiny doors on the Advent calendar, and from then on, Christmas is truly coming. Mind you, this year we don't even have an Advent calendar because Mum decided we would instead have an Advent candle, which is basically a candle with numbers up it. She said it will bring more togetherness to our home because we will light it every evening as a family during supper. We have to burn it down one notch at a time and then blow it out, which is not as interesting as opening a tiny door. But Granny told me you can use it to make a Christmas wish every time you blow it out, which means 24 wishes. I'm going to wish for snow, and if I do it 24 times in a row, it will probably work, even though Dad says the weather people say there's not even a smidge of a chance this year. Grandad says it's going to be blowing a gale, and it's going to be nothing but gales. Grandad knows about weather because he was brought up with it. Most people have those Advent calendars with chocolate animals to surprise you, but these have been banned in our house because some people kept eating other actual people's animals, and this led to complaints. Because I'm missing having a true Advent calendar made of paper, I've made my own one, and I've drawn little pictures for each day. I'm trying to surprise myself by forgetting what is behind the tiny doors. So far, I have not been fooled. Usually, we have Christmas at home. I think this is because Mum hates packing, and Dad says it's too much effort to get 7 people and a dog in a car all at the same time. This year, Mum says she fancies a quietest Christmas when nothing much happens. She says, "Let's just be the 7 of us." But some of us prefer things to be more than 7, so I'm a bit disappointed by this announcement. You see, I really like the Christmases when lots of people